addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
At this point, I'll take all the help I can get.
Very good, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
Tamam.
Well, if it isn't the man who revived Prime, the Brotherhood is in your debt. Now, did you have documents for me? Or perhaps you were looking to take up with a research patrol?
I found some technical documents for you.
These look rather promising. You certainly have a knack for this sort of work. Here are the caps that I promised. Remember, the Commonwealth is an almost unlimited source for these technical documents.
Scribe?
Check every building you explore during your patrols very carefully, and you might be pleasantly surprised at what you find.
This way.
Götür Halen. Ulan ne buldun?
Scribe Halen.
This way. This way.
Tamam.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Dance.
Bu hala Dance, evet.
Get to the point.
I'm trying. This is difficult. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you, not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
Yeah, what Maxon's asking, it isn't just.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
I think we ought to talk.
Is something the matter? You sound upset.
What? Oh, no. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figure there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. Gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, is there anything you want to know?
So who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups. My memories, my personality, they're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
That's terrible. They really just threw you away?
Sure did. It was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. The local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. And something I've noticed you got a fondness for. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeletons. We should probably head out.
Oh.
Max's orders. All forms of technology should be confiscated or collected.
I still can't believe Dance was really a synth. Goddamn traitor.
Henüz atlayamadım bir türlü. İyi bir bilgi değildi. Ben söyleyeyim. Hadi bari gidelim. Hey. Gidip aldığındansa öldürmemeye çalışacağım. Eğer öldürmemek bir opsiyonsa öldürmeyeceğim. Şimdi bu taraftan gideceğiz. Ona gitmiş. Orada uçuyor. Görmedim. Hemen geçip gidecektik. Technical line combat shotgun. Bayağı. Anlatlayabilirim. Anlatladım. Hunting rifle at. Hunting rifle at. Bu rifle'ı gönder zaten. Hunting rifle at. Hunting rifle git. Enstitü rifle git. Enstitü'nün eşyalarını kullanmıyoruz. Enstitü'nünkiler zaten kötü. Lazer pistolar sanırım daha iyi.
I can lug for you.
Hem beyaz.
Somebody went to a lot of effort to keep folks out of here.
Going down.
Combat shot. Oo. Ben sevdim. Nick.
Not even worth wasting a bullet.
Be alarmed. Law and will be restored shortly.
Öldü.
Even break a sweat. Not that it's obvious.
Alırım. Sana öldürmeyeceğim. Dostum öldürmeyeceğim seni.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
I don't understand what's going on, Dance.
Believe me, this is more of a shock to me than it is to you. I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxon even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxon had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxon, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
Paladin sen
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I've made my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No, I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
You're the proof that Maxon's wrong. You're a synth, but everything you've done has been for the good of mankind.
I can't accept that. I'm sorry. I don't wish to debate this any longer. You've sworn an oath to destroy the Institute and every synth that you find. No exceptions. Consider this your greatest test, Knight. Do you have what it takes to get the job done?
ya Dance insansın. Dance sen
We'll be taking that.
bok yedik.
Going up.
Neden ya? Dance
Ground floor.
Şimdi ne yapacağım? Portu öldürmek.
You're an inspiration to us all, Knight. Do us proud. How could you have been so close to Paladin Dance and not know he was a synth?
Ben de size vereyim.
Have you handled the situation with Paladin Dance?
Do you want his holotags as proof?
That won't be necessary. Perhaps you should keep them as a reminder of your lapse in vigilance. Of course, Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours. including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
I'm honored, Elder.
You've earned it by your own actions. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity to our brothers and sisters. I trust you won't disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do before we can begin our final assault. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Hadi tutalım.
You could travel. I'm occupied.
Attention! Ferrum
We'll speak
Squad,
later.
report to debriefing. Ferrum Squad to the debriefing.
Your promotion was well deserved, Paladin.
In my experience, hotshots and big mouths end up with closed casket funerals.
Özünden gene oynayacağız. Şimdi görevimiz uzun zamandır böyleydi.
I can't wait to see Liberty Prime in action again.
When I get off duty, that Salisbury steak is mine.
Bakalım yeni görevimiz neymiş?
The last person that disobeyed Captain Kells ended up scraping rust off the Pridwin's hull from the outside.
Captain Kells. Lan. Captain Kells dışarıda olmuyor mu?
Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Dance has been settled, we can return to our primary mission.
I'm ready, Captain.
Good, because this mission demands your full attention. Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, we need to address another threat. The Railroad. They're a small
Adamlar
but
bize
capable
yardım
group
etti.
that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to harass their enemies. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operations, which is a risk I'm not willing to take. If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize the amount of damage we do to their organization.
Fine, but it hardly seems worth our time.
The Railroad may not appear to be a threat, but I can assure you they are a potential danger. Destroying the Railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, they'll simply regroup somewhere else. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic failure in their chain of command.
should have buried those idiots when I was dealing with the chip.
Yes. It's quite disappointing that you allowed them to proceed this far. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has additional orders for you to complete.
Our sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their headquarters. They're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine, or PAM for short. Cute, huh? They use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are much more efficient than anything we can generate here. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on Pam's terminal, it will force the unit to return to the Pridwin. I'm certain we could put Pam's computing power to good use. Otherwise, destroy it. We wouldn't want it to fall into the Institute's hands.
I'll try to get it back here in one piece.
Good. It'd be a hell of a waste if you didn't.
I'm certain you'll do whatever it takes to complete the mission. When you're ready, proceed to the Old North Church and link up with our assault team. They'll provide demolition support and all the firepower you'll need to take the railroad down. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Ad Victoriam. Aynen. Hani biraz kötü
Try and get
oldu.
Pam back here in one piece, okay?
Her türlü haberini yok ediyoruz.
Looks like Liberty Prime's coming along. Can't wait to see him smash the
Church.
Yeah.
Kötü oldu burayı da etmemiz. Hadi. Ne oldu? Hadi. Evet arkadaşlar geri geldim. Load'la alakalı yine bir sıkıntı oldu. Bu sıkıntıya bakarken fark ettim. Bu videonun başındaki recording'de bir sıkıntı çıktığı için başını record etmemiş. Yani Liberty Prime başlattığımız alanı Paladin Dance'ın aslında bir synth olduğunu öğrendiğimiz alanı falan record etmemiş. Bunu biraz önce fark ettim. O yüzden videonun başında merhaba arkadaşlar falan olmayacak ne yazık ki. Ama merhaba arkadaşlar. Neyse, videoya devam ediyoruz. Biraz önce neden church'e girerken bir sıkıntı oldu. Yani yüklenmedi. Videoda da gördünüz zaten, böyle bir 50 saniye bekledi falan. Neyse, umarım gene olmaz. Umarım gene olmaz ve girebiliriz. Fallout'ta bilmem ne mp4 fix diye bir dosya oluştu biraz önce. Onu da denerim. Eğer bu fix dosyası işe yararsa videonun başında sıkıntı olmamış oluyor. Church'e girelim. Old North Church.
Something's out there.
Aha! Found you!
I don't think we're alone.
We got company!
Ama değil mi?
Taking fire! Damn it!
Biraz orada şimdi.
Hey, Tom. My way.
If you want healing, keep it on! Goddamn fight! You bastards won't take
I'll
us
be
down!
doing the world a service.
Allah,
I will die for the
bizimkiymiş.
cause. Take no prisoners.
You bastards won't take us down.
That's one way to get the coolant pumping.
Who's there?
Benim de molotofum var.
Bastards won't take us down. Let's do this.
Godless freaks! Die! Taking damage! Broken victory!
Another victory for the Brotherhood. Detonation pack secured and ready, sir.
Kutu da kullanabilirdik.
Need help here. We'll get through this. Over here.
They can't hide from us. Over here! Over here! No, no! Covering fire! Go! No mercy!
görmüyor musun? HQ'ya girin. Hadi. Anlıyorum. Doğru. Evet, öyle sanıyorum. Wax on. Evet, öyle olacak.
Now. Been hit. Sam. I'm coming home.
Düzgün öyleydin lan bari. Time, hepsi öldü. Kafamı patlatmak istiyorum şu an. Reload HQ key bu arada. Oo. Railway rifle. Onu istiyorum. Lan patlayacak mı? Patlar bence. Ana bir... Ana... Neyse tamam. Patlamıyor. Ama bu railway rifle'dan şey kullanırım. Tamam. Yok ettik. Gerek yoktu. Fix file'ın onunla alakalı olmadığını sanırım, yani evet, videonun başı olmayacak. Yapacak bir şey yok. Neyse. Beşsin, ne oldu sana? Neyse bizim Bugün benim bu kadar. Kanala abone olup bildirimleri açarsanız beni desteklemiş olursunuz. Aynı zamanda yeni gelen videolardan haberdar olursunuz. Videoyu beğendiyseniz like atmayı unutmayın. Yorumlar istediğiniz yazın, önerilerinizi yazın. Her yorumları okuyorum. Her yorum okuyorum. Bugün bu kadardı. Görüşürüz. Hoşçakalın. Kendinize iyi bakın.